with it right. Here with who I started with me, something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, H-Uno Central Coast, mobbing suicide, always arsonists. I step in the booth and cats, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back. We're live on ChicanoTube. Linda Raza, do me a favor. Just hit that like button as you're coming in. It's that midday fix. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Mira. It's already the second quarter of the year. The sun is out. I mean, si tienes a roof over your head, food on the table, a little bit of money in the bank, that's a three-way win situation right there. You're winning, cabrones. So again, gracias to all the day oneers, man. Everyone in the members only. I appreciate you guys again. I always want to acknowledge the members only that go out of their way to pledge something just to keep the message going, keep the mission alive, cabrones. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys more than you know. As you guys are coming in, if you're listening on the replay, you could do the same thing if you're listening live, which is you could hit that like button. The like button is free. There ain't no cash app for that like button. There ain't no Venmo. There ain't no 2-for-1s. There ain't no 3-for-1s. There ain't no rifas. There ain't no raffles. No tingas. None of that. None of that stuff, man. So hit that like button if you're coming in again, Raza. This is the Chicano channel. You already know what it is on the Chicano genre on YouTube Landia, man. Let's go ahead and just get into it. But again, I just want to acknowledge everyone that's already coming in. We'll get to the comments right now. But hey, I got some news for the raza. I got some news for the people. And here it is. The DNA already came back. So that has been received. It has been studied. It has been analyzed. You get to see other relatives on there, other familias on there. You get to know where you're from. You get to know your origins. You get to know the countries, all of that stuff, right? You guys remember it wasn't too long ago. I had Kiawi, right? Shout out to Kiawi. If you haven't already subscribed over to Kiawi's channel, man, I've been wanting to learn Nawa for like the longest time. And I'm not talking about a pinta Nawa, okay? Not just that, I'm talking about the real grammatical, correct Nawa. So I gotta make some time and get over. I gotta listen to him on on his podcast style. You know what I mean? That's what I gotta do. But shout out to him. Not too long ago, I had him on there, and we were talking about DNA. Remember, we were talking about DNA. I had asked Kiawi. I asked him. I said, "Cabron." So we were looking at Lucky's, right? Lucky posted his DNA, which I respect. You know what I mean? I respect that Lucky's so transparent from Hood Stocks. He'll post his DNA out there. You know what I mean? And we were looking at his DNA, and I asked Kiawi, right? Again, we're talking about my DNA. Just came in, cabrones. I got the email, and I've analyzed it all day yesterday, right? That he's transparent, he's willing to put that out there. And Kiawi said, you know what? The biggest number, that means the biggest percentage that you have on your DNA. Kiawi said this, all right? He said, that's pretty much who you are, right? Who you are. And then he posted his DNA as well. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. I haven't even decided if I'm gonna post it, if it's post worthy, make a post out of it, or people gonna comment and give a rat's a rip or not. I don't know. It's my prerogative to do so or not, but I don't know if I'm gonna post my DNA. Just to be completely honest with you. But he said the largest percentage on your DNA is who you are, predominantly, right? And we were actually looking at Hoodstocks, who posted his. Now, yesterday I was going through mine, and there on the DNA, because I guess, I mean, I'm barely doing it now, gente. Has this been cracking for like 10, 15 years? I'm not knowing, but I'll tell you what, the cabron that established these DNA companies, or however, who, Ancestry, and I guess there's another one, but that now is going bankrupt, 23andMe or something like that. They're selling it before they go bankrupt. I can't remember, something like that. They must have made an absolute killing, gente. I mean, un asesinato. That's what it takes. First, you got to have capital. That means you got to have the money. And a lot of these projects they ain't no little $10,000 projects. This ain't no 20, 30, 40, $50,000 little prototype pilot project. You're going to have some money in the bank in order to invest in something at a larger scale because the return is also at a larger scale. Man, those whoever made Ancestry DNA is probably sitting on a boat right now, gente, in this weather right now. You know what I mean? Me and you, estamos chambeando, pues ahorita estoy en quebrada. Y tú y yo estamos jalando, güey. You know what I mean? And this person's probably sitting on a boat, drinking a pineapple out of a pineapple, too. Drinking a pineapple drink out of a pineapple or a coconut out of a coconut, whatever you want to call it. Um, and living the good life. The money's in the bank. So I didn't know that there was this many people that got their DNA extracted. Okay. The way I'm going to acknowledge some of the comments right now. I appreciate you guys. Mixed Thanks Piggy. I appreciate you, amiga. Death Rose in the casa. Are you legitimate? In regards to in regards to my relationship with my parents, or in regards to the businesses that I run? Absolutely, both of those. Yes, I don't know if you meant that, amiga, but am I born out of wedlock? I don't know if that's what you meant, or are my businesses legit? Yeah, absolutely, amiga. Absolutely. Now, I rather have, instead of back in the day, amiga, nothing but cholos on the speed dial on your phone. Now, all my friends are just attorneys and lawyers, attorneys, and doctors, and of course realtors and financial district people that are into investors. That's who I've been working with during the whole quarantine, amiga. You had to shift it, to keep making the bag. So I started working with investors. These are people who already had the money. They're just moving around money tax free. Got into a little bit of that. I have business accounts too, amiga, just to let you know. I post sometimes on ChicanoTube some of the business stuff I do, mamadas, little TikToks, but some of it is not mamada. Some of it, I think I posted maybe one or two, but I kind of felt like ChicanoTube is the people's channel, and I ain't gonna, it's not the business channel. So that's why I'm not gonna post none of that stuff no more. But anyways, I don't know what you meant, but I appreciate you and Death Row, and then Salinas Cali. Is that you, Salinas Califas, cabron? Are you from where I'm at right now, cabron? Anyways, the DNA results are back. I didn't know that many people. I got to see cousins of mine that I do know, and if they make their DNA, como se dice, public, then that means it's not public to the world. It's only public to people that go on that website and take a test. So it's not like Facebook where you're putting your DNA out to the pinche world. You know what I mean? That it's more of, no, you're only exposing your DNA results to other people that have paid the same thing. I pay 99. I should have did what the wifey did. The wifey bought one. The wifey's just ordering stuff on the phone a la brava. Gente, I can't get FedEx to stop coming to the pad. I can't get UPS to stop coming to the pad. She ordered it during Black Friday. And I was like, oh, the wifey's always catching deals, always ahead of the game and stuff like that. Well, here, I've been emphasizing since we've been on here now for a year and a half, coming up on 2 years now, in 2 months. I've been emphasizing cultura. And I said, it'd be just interesting to see what this system says I am. Right? This is not an identified thing. We're trying to find proof, and that we're trying to get something tangible. We're trying to get something on paper. This is not how I feel. That's totally different, right? Like that you're Mexicano, but you feel like a unicorn, Scottish, transmission, lesbiana, however many titles you want to put on yourself. That's a whole different thing. We're talking here origins. We're talking here blood that flows through our veins, right? So I was able to find a cousin, and I was interested. I'm not putting names out there. I was able to find a cousin, and I was interested because he was also public on the Ancestry DNA website, right? And I said, but wait a second, I know that his dad was a widow. I know that his dad was a widow, right? So I was like, oh, it's interesting. Let me go. You know how you go in the profiles, and we're all linked now because you go in there and they want you to hit a button to say, is that your first cousin? or who is that? Is that your aunt or is that your set? You know, they want you to classify each person that has your DNA, right? They have 15% your DNA, 20. You know it's stronger in the double digits. These are your blood cousins because you share the same, you know, like my father had three brothers only, no sisters. And they're from Cualcoman, Michoacan. And I know all four brothers, they look alike. And so when the few times I've ever gotten together on the Diaz side of the family, it's like you're seeing a bunch of Chicano tubes, you know what I mean? It's like Chicano tube everywhere, you know what I mean? Um, but anyways, I looked up one primo, right, in particular, and I was like, oh, I wonder what the percentages are gonna say. And it's true, it's just a fact, right? So when anyone is a güero, that means Anglo blood, Caucasian blood, right? It's going to come from not these continents, not the continents that we're on, not the continent that's connected to South America, not the continent that's connected to Mexico and Canada. That's another continent, right? I mean, there's some YouTube videos out there that say it was all a ball of ice, a sheet of ice. It all started with an ice wall and all this other stuff. Hey, that's cool. I'd rather just keep it simple. Not that I'm not into trying to research anything. I'm just into keeping things simple, you know. But anyways, and since his dad was a I knew his dad was a güero. I said, let me check it out. And his highest percentage on his chart was it said Europe and no, I'm sorry, sorry. It said England and Northern Europe. And I was like, yeah, I do remember his dad was a cowboy, straight badass dude, hunter. He had a bear rug, gente. And his house, he had a pinchy bear rug on the ground and real deer heads all up on the walls, gente. A badass house, too. It looked like they carved that out of wood and stained it. It was a clean house, man. Um, But anyways, I said that's true. Okay, okay, that makes sense, right? English is the dominant one, and then Northern Europe, something like that. But anyway, let me go back to some of the comments, man. Salabo 831, I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias for tapping in, man. That midday fix, the DNA results came back, carnal. So I ended up calling science teacher, carnal. He's a science, obviously, he's a science teacher and he's in Salinas. He's going to come on the podcast next Friday, I believe is the 11th. Tomorrow, I'm going live with Cholo Trucker. We're gonna do the Chicano hour because here you have two Chicanos, right? And I love it because it also exemplifies unity, which I've been more and more on. I don't care what's been going on YouTube, who has fell out, what skeletons have came out of whose closet. I don't want nothing to do with none of that stuff, man. Leave me out of it, 100%, man. Matter of fact, just speaking on that, let me say a couple words. Yesterday, I had two conversations that were great conversations. They were positive conversations. And in these conversations, we need to stop having differences and start looking for reasons to unite, man. Stop being the kind of raza that just shoot shots to shoot shots because, like Tony A, the wizard, always says, man, a Mexican is a Mexican's worst enemy. We got to stop that, man. And even American Cholo has said there's a brown man, which I agree with him. At the end of the day, we're brown. At the end of the day, we got the same blood flowing through our veins. I think so. Now, I don't know if the wifey's gonna reveal her ancestry, but when she does, then maybe I'll comment on that, and maybe she'll do something with it. I don't think so. I really don't. You know, she's more private. But anyways, um, because even the ancestry will come out that we're from different regions. It'll say Mexican. It'll say North American. It'll say Central, South American. But anyways, but let me finish that last point. I had two conversations with two YouTubers yesterday, and it was a positive conversation. At the end of the day, we agreed, man. All everyone's doing is building their lane. But the last thing we need to do is divide, man. Now I'm not talking about to the pendejos. I'm not talking about to the ones that, the weirdos. No, I'm not talking about them, right? Just to throw that out there too. No, none of that, man. Just two solid dudes that I had solid conversations with yesterday. And here we are, man, pushing forward for our familias every day at a time, man. It's a beautiful thing. House of Pain Denver is in the casa. I think that's Mile High Hustle. My boy, did I hear the announcement? You got a June fight coming up, bro. That's right, carnal. I'm sure you got the right coaches around you. Before I ever, and I only did amateurs. If you're going pro, that's cool, man. Most what we do in our gym is mostly go take our pros to 10 fights in TJ. We take our pros to Tijuana because, well, one, they got a Buster Cherry. And then two, it does count on the professional record. And you're not, I mean, it's not like you're looking for an easy fight, but as they're entering their pro career, they're not getting mismatched. That's what I want to say. So, but shout out to you if you're doing it. Anytime I took an amateur fight, my my coach always told me like this, and he's still my coach to this day. He always told me, Mike, I'm not gonna let you fight until I see El Asesino come out. That means you got to get on KILL mode. KILL mode. And I'm sure you got the whole you got the right coaches around you, my boy. I appreciate you, man. There might be an announcement in the future, man. I'm barely gonna start working out, cabron. I'm gonna start hitting it hard. You know what I'm probably gonna do? I'm probably gonna do some workout videos, man. Maybe like Saturday mornings. How about that, man? How about a little 2 hour workout? It'll push me, prompt me to work out, and why not just vlog it? I'll vlog it at the same time. And that way, if anyone, and this is just for obviously people seeking health, cabrones. This ain't for everyone. You know what I mean? This is that's gonna be motivation. I think I'm gonna just get a David Goggins CD. Hopefully they have a CD because I only have a CD player. I know I could download. I just have to get a separate phone. Oh yeah, I got the 13 Pro Max. I could use that one. I just want to get David Goggins and put it on repeat and then do like a 1 hour workout with the gente. I think I'm gonna start that pretty soon, man. I know Cholo Trucker has already started doing workout videos. Enjoyable, healthy lunchtime. That's right, cabrones. Yeah, try to eat something healthy, bro. I think I'm gonna post something because people always want to ask what kind of diet am I on, and me and Miss ChicanoTube have been on the same diet for years. I mean, years, gente, and we're not suffering at all, at all. You know what I mean? I gotta teach. I gotta talk more about that, about the diet. Yahweh. Oh man, that's crazy. Georgia says, Simon, that's right. Tapping in. I appreciate you, man. Claro que sí. Yeah, my DNA came back, cabron. Stopping by to say hi. We got one of the Chicano Tube ladies. I appreciate you, amiga. G Sarah is in the casa. Gracias, mi chicana hermana. I appreciate you, G Sarah. I was talking about a cousin of mine, G, that on Ancestry DNA, I don't know how big it was. And if you pay for the test, I paid 99 for the test, then you'll see everyone that took the test. I have a ton of family. It came up with like 200, like 186 matches. And people that have, 15% my DNA, 20% my DNA, 10%, 5% my DNA. Where it gets weaker in the DNA, that's because it's your the blood's getting, what is it called, mixed. You know what I mean? The women are marrying off, so obviously that mixes the blood, and so second, third, fourth, fifth cousins, is the blood is getting mixed, right? Which Kiawi doesn't like, cabrones. No. Oh man, mi hermano Kiawi, I want to bring him back on the podcast. He was on the last town hall. Him and Denise lightweight got into it, gente. Him and Denise Aguilar out of 209. Shout out to Denise. She's real boots in the ground, going to Sacramento, pushing bills. and said medical freedom was what got her moving in the direction of advocacy. Medical freedom. But anyways, yeah, we and her got into it on the top. Chingado. I gotta admit, when there's those little moments and shit, I just kind of lean back, right? I don't want to say too much, and those moments are gonna happen. So we got 7 or 8 confirmed for the town hall, gente. We're gonna keep running these town halls, man. As long as the raza needs to see different perspectives, as long as the raza needs the example of everyone sitting at the table together to have a conversation. As long as there's that need, which probably won't, cease to exist until there's complete unity, you know, which is hard, but hey, I'm gonna spearhead it, gente. But anyways, I was saying, G, that one of my cousins, his dad is he's a güero, and his mom is on my mom's side, right? So that's 100% Mexico. And how it said Europe on there. It said England, Northern Europe, and I was like, okay, so obviously there has to be some truth to these numbers, right? But science teacher, he's gonna be on next Saturday, and that's when I'm doing the video for you guys, and I'm gonna show you because Lucky did it. My respect to Lucky. Yeah, we did it. My respect to him, and we're gonna see what your boy is. What your boy is. What if I'm a Miklo? No, just kidding. Oh man. Tomorrow night we'll be live with Cholo Trucker guys. It's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one. Hola, saludos, Mikey and Miss Chicano too. That's right, Richie Lokes. Pro fight, my brother. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate that. Mile high hustle. Absolutely, man. No, that's it's an achievement, bro. It's an achievement. No matter how you want to look at it, I'm talking about how anyone else wants to look at it on the outside looking in. It's an achievement, bro. Every time I stepped in that ring, I loved it when the DJs could play a song for you. I would always ask them, hey, are you doing walk-in songs? No, no. But the ones that did walk-in songs were my favorite pinche DJs because I always did walk-in songs. Remember, I DJ'd it. I DJ'd for at least 3 years voluntarily in my gym, right? I said, okay, it's not enough to just, donate and keep the lights on, keep the doors open. I DJ'd, I volunteered my time. And then that's what made me want to fight. And you're not gonna believe me, bro, but I would be on the ones and twos DJing. And I was about 4 or 5 fights away. When it came that time to wrap up, bro, people were absolutely shocked that I'd put on like a 20-minute mix to give me time, or 30-minute mix, and I would sit down and start getting my hands wrapped, and they're like, "No freaking way, is this DJ gonna throw hands?" And he's the DJ. I did that for like, I must have did that half a dozen times, bro. Half a dozen times until I lost the fight. And then someone gave me some advice and said, you know what? You need to lock in and not the dancing and squabbling. I was running fades and dropping bangers at the same time. That was crazy, man. I never knew another DJ that would get in the ring and then get back in the mix. Never. I never seen one, man. High Power Fitness can give you a workout routine. Hey, you mentioned that dude, right? No issues with that dude, man, because I don't know the dude from Adam. If we shoot a shot on the internet, I want the people to realize that it takes a boy to think that it's something more than YouTube. This ain't never nothing more than YouTube. You know what I mean? But if I'm out of line and it's someone I highly respect, I will, like yesterday, I made that phone call to 2 YouTubers yesterday. I made that call. I said, no, no, no. I said, we're gonna talk like men, whether they pick up the phone or not, and boom, I did that. So as far as that individual, does he do workout videos? I know we all, cheese me out. We all get into the YouTube yarda. Of course, we get into the YouTube yarda. That's a Chicano thing, man. That's because most of us come from that background, which is the calles. But you know what the Bible says? The Bible says, this is what the Bible says: God will take the foolish things of the world, the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. That means just because we came from the calles doesn't mean we can't be the pioneers and leaders of in this generation right now of uniting the raza, of putting down the pinche cohetes, the guns, and saying, you know what, if you got huevos, why don't you step in the pinche ring? Do know I'm gonna do a reaction tomorrow night with Cholo Trucker, actually. We're gonna be, going over trending news and doing reactions, me and him, tomorrow night. We're gonna react to Duno. He just got in the ring yesterday. Now it's an exhibition sparring, but again, exhibition sparring is still a fight. I mean, it's still a fight. You're still in a ring. It's just, I mean, of course you have gloves and headgear, but who cares? It's still a fight. People think that if someone is sparring with gloves and headgear is not a fight, huh? What are you doing? We ain't getting in there. They're getting in there. We ain't getting in there. It's easy to eat fucking Ruffles chips, be on the couch, and be like, well, I would have done a spinning back fist. You know, ahí estás todo, almost weighing $4. I remember the meme. The dude's almost weighing like $4 on the couch. He's eating Ruffles. I would have did a spinning back kick. Oh man, Corcodor Security just dropped his DNA right now. Or is this my DNA? My bad. Dispensa carnal. I don't want to disrespect, man. My bad, cabron. He says 80% brand. Oh yeah, yeah. I had a primo, and no, the dad he was a solid dude, man. Rest in peace, man. He was a man's man. Oh, he was chewing on tobacco, bro. Chewing on tobacco. Tenía caballo on his property. Tenía caballos, livestock. Bro, he had shotguns hanging on the walls, bro. Again, I'm a chavalito. This is the 80s, right? When we were all youngsters, kids, going to each other's houses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? My mom and his grandmother are sisters. So he's my second cousin. But the DNA it comes back, bro. If you're güero, like people are saying, the tattoo artist, right? American Cholo's been saying this for a while, gente. I mean, for a while. He's been claiming, and don't get mad, cabron. I'm just repeating what you said, cabron. You've been claiming that the tattoo artist, right, who recently just got the worst jacket that you could ever get, ever, and I mean ever. I mean, worse than telling, you know, worse than wearing a wire, worse than telling on the whole institution just to get out. But anyways, he's been claiming that one parent is not a Mexicano, could be, a güero, which is nothing wrong. I'm not putting that out there. Nothing wrong with that. So don't ever come on this channel and think we're pushing, the R word. You already know what it is. Because you could be that way. It's not just güeros who could be that way. Don't get that twisted. Mexicanos could be that way. Negros could be that way. Chinese could be that way. That means, maybe all of us to a certain extent when we grew up with our own cultures and families heard it, right? Some derogatory word here or there. Let's not play the pinche santo, okay? Let's not play the santo. All of a sudden you got a halo around your head. Cálmate. Okay, Corco said this. He said 80% Brent, 15% Ooh, man. Solomon, is that wisdom, cabron? Is that flecha? 3% Juan or Salomon. Wait, what do you mean? 3% Juan, 2% Kai. My DNA came back. I'm 100% cabron. Mm-mm. If you need a commentator for up and coming event, let me know. I'll fly out and help you out, brother. That's right. That's right. I appreciate you, cabron. That's right, man. Hey, but saludos to you, my boy. I know in hindsight, I do know this in hindsight, bro, that if you could go back to that November fight, that November squabble, scrap, whatever you want to call it, you wouldn't have stepped off the gas now, knowing that what the individual did as soon as he got out the doors, man. Soon as he got out the doors, man, he started sending messages, man. And he thinks it's just 4 or 5 people. I had dozens of people reach out to me, bro. That's how I know that people are looking out for me, man. People respect me. I'm not over here riding some fence. I am who I am. Take it or leave it, ¿verdad? This is the Chicano channel. ¿Qué hubo? But, at least an apology, bro. But not even that, man. That's crazy, huh? Ego, huh? 100% egomaniacs. That's crazy. But anyways, I'll fly out. That's right, my boy. The thing's all messed up. Hey, I'm trying to watch my words, way. I know that YouTube, it knocks down channels in the algorithm cuando dicen groserías, way, but they saying this stuff's all messed up, man. Hard for us to know our history, or our ancestors, where our own ancestors able Los came from. At the end of the day, the people in the Aslan region, which is where we're at now, right, are the hardest, most productive people unite. Absolutely. See, this is crazy, bro, because people will hear me maybe mention something from the White House or this president, right? And then they want to get on my bumper about that. But that's not the real. That's politics. That's putting your faith in one man. I just gave the scripture right now. God will take the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. We came from the calles. We have more IQ because not only do we have regular IQ, which is what we can get from going to college and getting master's degree and law school and all that, but we have street IQ. You combine both of those together, bro. We need to be the raza united, all sitting at one mesa. We need to be in position of power to enact laws that are gonna help our gente, man. And our gente is whoever wants to jump in. That's who our gente is. The gente, you guys, is whoever wants to jump in, man. Jump in the ride, cabrones. Jump in the party bus. 826 plus 5. You like that one, huh? Man, he spits in the booth. He's done features, bro, with Mac Dre. He had Mac Dre on like 3 times, bro, before que lo mataron. Mac Dre, pictures of him when he lived on the south side. He lived on the south side. First off, YG, if you ever knew those families that lived on the north side in Salinas, there was only 2 or 3 families, right? Africanos, and there were 372s, that the numbers, East Side Crips. And they were all families, and and then one of them had a house by Cluster Park, and the other family had a house on Cabrillo, and then another one had a house on the north side too, but it was more like around El Dorado Park. And they would spit, man. No, they had raps. That's why I say, gente, I know people get mad when I say this, but we're visitors in rap, gente. That's not all. You ever see old school movies and then all of a sudden all the Chicanos are rapping? Come on, gente. Let's get that straight, man. If I had one genre to listen to for the rest of my life, one genre, I can only pick one. Only one genre. It's a hard choice, but I'll tell you what, it would be oldies. You can't take the oldies from me, no matter what, man. This gangsta piggy can't wait to hear the DNA live with the science guy. Yeah, that's on set. So that's on 411. I messaged him, and he sends me a video, amiga, and he's in his blue coat with chemistry beakers all around him. He shows me his chalkboard. He shows me a DNA strand with about 20 little lines pointed to it. So he's gonna break it down. I will tell you this ahead of time. He doesn't put too much stock in these tests. And I don't want to say something that's not true, so I'll let him elaborate. Let him break it down, man. That's the science teacher. I'm on there. Okay, ancestry is dope. All right, amiga, that's right. It was it a trip when you were able to see cousins? You know what I mean? Was it a trip when you seen when it said that people had your DNA, but you didn't know who they were, and you know how it says under their name, like it wants you to confirm who they are, but you don't know who they are. They're probably second or third cousins, maybe fourth. I don't know, depending your age, right? Fourth would probably be obviously a senior citizen because now you have more generations behind you. You know what I mean? My nieces found their stepsisters on there. Damn, that's crazy. Sounded like LA icon, huh? Um, man, a connection like that? That's crazy, man. Wow, I wonder how that reunion was, man. Or how's it going? Or if they're in different states, or did they make a weekend out of it and get together? Imagine you meet up with your stepsisters. Hey, let's go to Vegas. Get a room. We'll reunite in Vegas. They're vlogging, doing, which is good. It's a positive thing, right? The family gets together. You know what I mean? Taking photos for the first time together, connecting on all the socials. I have a digital business card. It's called dot card, gente. I recommend this because it replaces paper business cards. And not just that, you just tap the card or your phone to anyone's phone, and immediately they have all your contact information, all your social medias, emails, phone numbers. You could put a photo, you could put like a cover photo. It's like a Facebook page. And now I just do it like this, beep, 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 and you'll have all. But again, on mine, it's all business because obviously come on, that's gonna be for business. It ain't gonna be for cotorreo and shit. I did mine on Heritage. Okay, I've never heard of that one. Again, I'm new to it, amiga. I'm just saying, whoever created these things, kudos to you, man. Hit that like button. That's right, Salabo 831, man. Let's go for another couple minutes, gente. Safe journey, Chicanos and Chicanas to all razas. Yeah, you know what? Speaking of that, I was watching Si Se Puede replay. Esta mañana, I was doing a little Mickey Mouse workout. You know what I mean? I was doing a Mickey Mouse workout and I was hearing something, and Si Se Puede came across my feed. And Si Se Puede's video came on, and about, I think it was at the like 40-minute mark, something like that. AC jumped on. And so AC jumped on, and they were talking about the Cali Max stuff, and what the plans are for 2025 and stuff like that. And then AC even elaborated that um I thought that that's what happened, as he was leaving the studio, he got blessed with a deal that was too good. It was too good, to be true. It was 100% God, you know what I mean? God opening doors, right? Because if he wants your message to go, then it'll show. The subscribers will come in, people are gonna tune in, and etc. Right? So he said that, and he broke down a couple other things. They're talking about the Cali Mac meeting they had 2 or 3 years ago that I was actually planning on going, but that same day, me and the wife had a wedding. We worked an event the same day. And I remember, I think it was like a May 21st, because I know all my dates for events by the days, whichever day it is. And I didn't go. I didn't go to that. Miss Gangsta, I haven't tried Heritage. I've been thinking of doing mine again on there. Oh, okay, but you already got it once, amiga. Unless you think it can give you another angle or another look, for shits and giggles. Yeah, compare the results. That's right. House of Pain Denver says, I send mines. That's right. I hope and pray all is well, man. Stay praying, bro. Stay praying. What we need to do is, man, this is the year. 25 is a prophetic year, man. That's actually a number of financial prosperity. I don't know if you know that. 25, okay? It's not Deuce 5 and SNY. Cálmate with all that stuff, gente. It's actually a number of prosperity. This is the year to lock in. What I'm challenging everybody to do on ChicanoTube is make, like Mile High Hustle is doing, make 2025 a year that the best version of you comes out again. Again, there was a time where we were in our peak and in our prime. A lot of us, well, me, I'm in my 40s. Okay. How can I get back to the YA body as a teenager? The YA body as a teenager. Well, I got to do something. I can't just be sitting on the couch. And then, as equal as important as that is everything I'm eating. I need to stop thinking that it needs to be the best flavor and satisfy my taste buds. I need to start thinking this is going to give me more energy, and this is going to be helping my body, not hurting my body. That's how I see food. So it's not a struggle to me, you know. I eat taco salads. I eat Flying Dutchman at In-N-Out Burger. That's the carnivore diet. Joe Rogan said he did the carnivore diet for 1 whole week and he's never felt more energy in his entire life. I don't know how we got into diets, but make 2025 a year like Mile High Hustle's doing, that the best version of you comes out spiritually, physically, and mentally. Those are the three areas, man. Don't just try to be the best version of one. Spiritually, physically, and mentally. F everyone. F what they think. F the critics. F the bleachers. F the public, the peanut gallery. And you know what you'll do? Actually, or if you get closer to God, increase your spiritual life. All of those things that you've been wanting to happen that have seemed impossible are now going to start happening. And you're all along, all you had to do was surrender and strive to be the best version, you know? That's what I'm gonna do. That's why I think I'm gonna do workout videos. And then Ryder G and shit. Ryder G's motivating me too, and Cholo Trucker. Who is Celaya's sparring partner at the bread box? It was Chewy, bro, from Kilbreth. It was Chewy from Kilbreth, and I don't even think he's with us anymore. I think he passed, bro. The gang violence, bro. You know what I mean? It's like the story of I'm not gonna say his name. Of a close friend of mine, and he was in Operation Black Widow, bro. He was a boxer. I'll put this out there, but I'm not gonna say names, right? I'm not in the business of saying names, right? He was a boxer, bro, in at the bread box, and when his close friend there, you might know who I'm talking about, bro. If I said the nickname, you might know already. Popular guy, right? Um, when he passed away because of gang violence, he stopped going to the bread box, bro, and he just went 100% in gang banging, and it led to a life sentence. I mean, just to keep it short. So, what I like about American Cholo and what he's doing is, yeah, we'll all shoot shots. I mean, YouTube yarda stuff, YouTube yarda stuff, right? You don't want to disrespect someone that doesn't have it coming because then you don't look mature. Then you look like a kid. Like I'm just in this shit for clout. But what I like about him is he's for at least the youngsters trying pushing that message. Like what? At the end of the day, get a trade, man. Do what he did. Get a trade and get away from it, man. It ain't gonna lead nowhere to where I'm at right now. I'm at the cemetery or the Pinta, right? But it was Chewy way. He used to drive a gray Regal with clear windows on like some 14s, and then he passed away, bro. And I went in there with Celaya one or two times when the gym was at the Boys Ranch. The Boys Ranch, remember, it was like the YA back in the 70s way and 80s. It was like the YA. Remember, they had it over there on Old Natividad Road. It was, over there. And you hear stories. I heard stories. Again, it was like the YA for us that, they're just in there throwing chingazos, man. And I got in there with them one time over there, and Chuy was even there too. But I went in just because another buddy of mine, Eric Pimentel, he took me over there, and he knew Celaya. I didn't know him. I was just gonna get in some sparring. Well, damn, man. I mean, I thought I was tough back in those days. I thought I was super soldier and all this other Tony Montana and all this pendejadas, right? And then you get cracked by a world champion. Just a jab, bro. The jab was enough to wake you up. It's crazy. I like that though, man. Not everyone. Fighting is not for everyone. And I mean, in the ring, you know what I mean? In the ring. I want to see some technical stuff though. So you're gonna see me and Cholo Trucker tomorrow night react to a lot of things. One of it being Duno's fight. Duno had a fight yesterday, right? Duno's, I don't know if you know, he's the I think he's a Chicano, right? He's from LA. His voice sounds like he's smokes 10 packs of cigarettes a day. Inchi Duno, man. He threw down yesterday. He threw chingazos. So you gotta respect it, man. You could talk masa all you want, but you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. Well, have a blessed day, y'all. Thirsty Thursday. That's right, my boy. Have one for me, way. I had one for Mikey's birthday, bro. And uh I hadn't had one since New Year's. That's how that's how I'm drinking, bro. I just don't need it no more, man. But obviously, way the infused. hmm You know what I mean? Last time I checked, Telly Savalas runs the YouTube. Yeah. Oh man, a lot of people have said that, man. American Cholo said he runs the YouTube Yarda. I basically by just default, man, I was pulled in the first wave. You know what I mean? I was in the first wave of the YouTube Yarda, which is with OG Triple OG created it, going after Gunner and during the Cholo Trucker fight to the point where he was even like trying to drop the location and stuff that we weren't wanting to be disclosed. So he was going in, man. And one thing about Triple OG is he didn't have any lines, like no boundaries, man. He would if he went after you, I'm not saying that he's gonna do something like offline, but I'm saying he's pulling all your paperwork. He's oh man, OG Triple OG's a legend, man. Straight up legend. Georgie, I'm an original on the YouTube yada. Just speaking of that, bro, are you in the first wave? Are you in the first wave way? The first wave started in 67 way. No, te creas. 67, the first wave. That's another subject. But anyways, I was in the first wave. I got pulled in by default because all of a sudden, again, I went over there with like 300 subscribers and I came back basically monetized. I came back, I gained 1,000 like overnight just from my ring introduction. And I came back just basically, oh no, I wasn't monetized. I still had to, then I realized, oh, I need watch hours. And then I started putting up longer content, just going live. It's the easiest thing to do, even though uploads get pushed more in the algorithm. So if you're going for YouTube for money, then you need uploads. If you're looking to spread the community, then you need to go live. You need to go live. Conrad, what up? That's right, cabron. That's right. He just reminded me of a partner of mine. He passed away. It was the day before my birthday last year, I think, man. That was his name too. And he got ran down in Modesto by a drunk driver, man. Some paisa hit him, ran him over, and is probably in custody for that. Probably gonna get an L. Probably gonna get an L. And he was there the day I got put on. He was 4 or 5 years older than me. And that was his name too, man. Rest in peace, man. Younga knows him that did the intro, that's for sure. Oh, and Two Face Fred knows him too, because he rapped. With all that, he was in that GUN crowd when GUN was rapping. Two Face Fred was there too, man. Shout out to him from Solid Dad. God, you don't know how many removals I. Damn, that's crazy, man. Shit, they'll send you to CCOT now. Way it ain't no joke now. Try doing a removal in CCOT way. You know what I mean? Just wait till Chemo's Flicks just announces we're it's a whole new YouTube yada. We're calling it the CCOT yada. And you know what? You know who goes on the CCOT yada? No lightweights. No lightweights will ever go on the CCOT yada. So I think I'm gonna get a hold of Chemo, see what he thinks about that, man. Because Chemo's a general, gente. You just have to recognize it, okay? Now some people say, oh, because I am one of the oldest ones now. I mean, who else is older than me? I mean, uh, that I'm a general, Mike. This one time I remember even Triple OG, he put out a graph. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I reached out to him because I got his number, right? I know who he is offline, right? In real life, right? I reached out to him and I told him, hey, cabron, I saw that he put captains and he put lieutenants. Oh man, that was classic Triple OG, man. I reached out to him, gente. I called him on his phone, right? And I told him, hey, bro, hey, I just rebranded the channel, ChicanoTube. Do me a favor, don't put me on those charts. Wait. Oh man, we laughed about it, and no, he was always just been working, man. But you know what? He is from the old school, so him disappearing off the internet, that's an old school move, man. That's an old school move because the cats that I know still from that generation, they barely have flip phones. Bigfoot just resting before the gym. That's right, cabron. You gotta have recovery, bro. It's workout, 1 hour workout, and 1 hour recovery. When people say, "Oh, I did 5,000 push-ups," or people say, I'm on day 200 of straight burpees." No, you're not going to, what is it called, failure. Because if you were working out to failure, you would need recovery time in between. Your body needs to recover anyway. So as many hours as you put in workout is as many hours as you need to put in for recovery. But I understand sometimes we just got to keep it moving, man, because it's called life, man. We got to pay bills. No one cares. That's right. No one cares way about me. Nothing. Hey, they interviewed Mike Tyson. Wait, let me go back to this comment. Georgie, they interviewed Mike Tyson And the interviewer said, Mike, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? And he got mad. Mike Tyson got mad. And just like he does, he speaks straight from his pinche corazon. He goes, what legacy? He goes, when I'm gone, I'm gone. No one's gonna care about me. When you're gone, you're gone. No one's gonna care about what you do or what you did. And I know where he was coming from, even though, of course, he's always gonna have the highlights of his life forever stamped in history, like Achilles in the movie Troy. You know what I mean? Doing some shit that's gonna be forever. That's what he did, right? But look at the truth that Mike Tyson's saying. We're all gonna go in the same hole. We're gonna go in the same hole in the ground. So what? Your shit doesn't stink? Or I should look at the color of your skin, your race? Or I should all these things that are insignificant, especially, if you're on your last days, or if your life is slipping away from you, that's the last thing you're gonna think about. You know what I mean? We're just here for shits and giggles, man. I love me some oldies. Back to work. Thanks for the lunchtime show. I appreciate you, Miss Gangster. I appreciate you, amiga. You did them for nothing. The removals were for nothing. No, he's got status, man. He's a cat, at least two, right? Cat one is pretty much at the inauguration educational phase. Cat two is, you're knocking on the door of a leadership position in cat two. So MTP is cat two. Now, is he on the seat cot yarda? That's different, gente. You already seen the picture of who they got in the seat cot yarda? I mean, who they got in seat cot? Okay. Now, who's on the seat cot yarda? Well, by default, it has to be Chemo's Flicks, and then me. I'll put myself on there, and if you don't agree with it, fucking Mikey, positivity, no. Yeah, well, that's what I am. Shit, too much negative. The negative is done. Come on, we already did all the negative. There ain't nothing else to do but hit death row. I mean, or lose my life. Um, but I believe Triple OG will stamp that and say, okay, no, yeah, Mikey has to be up there. And then also don't forget that Triple OG, he put the mantle on EBK, I mean, before he disappeared. And so EBK is on there, You gotta recognize game, cabrones. And again, YouTube yada, that's just fantasy football, gente. It's not more serious than that, all right? It's just fantasy football. All right, a couple more minutes in. Thermos. You're not a soldado. Oh man, I need a double up, man. You need a double up. It's called Chinatown, cabron. There's action 24/7 over there. That's where you gotta hit, wait. You'll get your double up of everything. Just be careful, way. There's narcos over there, bro. There's all kinds of undercovers over there. Just when you think you're doing something, next thing you know, you're doing it with a narco, way. I remember being a little chavalito, 11, 12 years old. We would go hang out in Chinatown, right? Quick story. And the older guys, right? We already know most of them were clicked up, right? They were controlling, organized crime, right? It was controlling the whole place, right? And some of them were my partner's uncles and stuff. And they would tell us, man, hey, that's an undercover. That's an undercover. And they would tell us, las little chavalitos, 11, 12 years old, 13, they're telling us, how to watch out for undercovers. They're dressed like this. They talk like, you just know that they're out of place. Like they're trying to score, but there's a wrong energy. You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. Watch out for the undercovers, man. I need to double up. That's right. Máquina Listo. That's right, man. Ryder G's been the only one online, man, with Máquina Listo. You know what I mean? His form is a little bit off when it comes to the weights. You know what I mean? First of all, he's not targeting certain muscles by just doing all these crazy movements when there needs to be more form, more locking in shoulders, elbows, and different things. But again, people will talk on the outside, but what are you doing? So that's why I won't tell them until I'm doing it. George Tread Lightly. Damn it, man. Are we having a junta now? Again, the Sikat Yarda. I'm waiting for Chemo's Flicks to initiate that. The Sikat is not gonna be for the low hitters. It's not going to be for the lightweights. It's not going to be for R&R, people that are doing 90-day observations on the YouTube Yarda, and then they check out after they tried it out and it didn't work out because a skeleton came out of their closet or something. We'll wait for Chemo to do that one. Kick that off, man. And then I'll jump in it, but I'll jump in that on the other channel, gente, which is Chicano Street TV. I just want to separate the channels because over there we got novelas, palomitas, Chicano Street TV got, we respond directly to anyone that calls us out, etc. Right? ChicanoTube is always the people's channel. This is the Raza's channel, so don't get that twisted. Not for a single second, man. Ryder G and I got the same thought. It's program time, way. That's the thought process. It's program time. Program. He said program time is has nothing to do with institutions. He said it has to do with the mentality, way. Orale. Just let me know if my audio cuts off, because I'm emotional. Man, what a beautiful sunny day, man. What are they talking about? The YouTube yarda now. Switch channels, cabrones. We gotta switch. Whoa, wham. I know, cabron. I know, man. Chinga. I know someone dropped something. They dropped some paperwork. They dropped something saying something. I'm not gonna say it, man. And when that happened, they asked him, and he said, "Bro, I'm an American. I'm an American." You know how it is, man. We gotta stop. We gotta stop that, gente, man. Shit. We see someone brown, and immediately we want to pull out the filero, man. We see someone brown, and we want to say the three words that I heard the most in the 90s. The three words that I heard the most in the 90s. When you see someone brown, we want to say, "Where are you from?" Oh, man. We got to stop that, gente. We got to stop that, man. First wave on the door with Conejo. Damn, man. Sailed up on the first wave. I stamped that, bro, right now. I stamped that. That's official. But there's no more graphs or charts being made. Do you remember that, bro? You remember when someone made a chart? Carnal, you remember that? Someone made a chart, man. That was hilarious. I had to call up Triple OG. Now I'm like, I wouldn't even care now. Like, if someone wants to author that and take off with that, I wouldn't even care. But I'm not gonna engage on this channel with it. We'll go to Chicano Street TV and do a reaction over there, and do what we do, man. Do what we do. Last comments. Let me see. Rest in peace, Conrad. Damn, man. Jeez. He's saying, Jaime Rivera saying, the outcome won't be a good one. Well, my coach, well, I don't believe that, for one. And two, my coach would never put me in there, he said, unless he saw me going all out. That means owning that ring, making it a jungle, and obviously winning. You know what I mean? Every sparring match. Now, there's times that I've gotten my head wrung like 4 or 5 days, 3-4 days before an actual fight. But that's where you get challenged mentally. Then you have to take control of your mental thoughts and be like, no, if my teammate, who's a straight asesino and is a pro, because he was a pro, the one that I sparred with, he already had like 8-9 fights. Man, he took me down on a body shot. I didn't even know if I was going to recover by Saturday from my fight. Well, I recovered, and I went all in because I shifted my head and said, you know what? Shit, if I'm going to the hospital, we're both going. OG, that's right. I'm talking about OG, Triple OG, amiga. But we're talking about there's going to be probably, well, I'm already putting it out there, but I need Chemo to stamp it. And we're going to make a C-Cot yarda. And the C-Cot one is only going to be generals. No. Generals and captains. That's it. It's going to be generals and captains. Oh, man. Now we're just clowning around, but let's wrap this video up. Let's get to what we're talking about, the DNA results. Gente, my DNA results came back. It has the countries where I came from. It has the percentages of who I am. In my amiclo. I know I put that out on April Fool's. It said my DNA came back. Since I'm not Mexican and I don't speak Spanish and I don't visit Mexico, I could go on and on with that list, right? I'm gonna shut the channel down, but everyone caught it. I got about a few comments on there that said, "Come on, calmate, way." No, because I've been transparent since day one. I'm transparent, gente. Just like Adam, when he says the no jumper is losing money, it's losing money. I believe it. I believe no jumper is losing money because, for one, I think he's the kind of widow that's not going to hold anything back. I think he's going to put it out there when it comes to that. I don't think there's much he holds back, to be honest. I don't, man. I think he looks at everything as content. A lot of things as content in his life. He's like, let's just vlog it. We're going to do an insane amount of content. But selling the building is a smart idea because you could sell and then you grab that and then you're obviously going to set up another shop, but now you're going to have some reserves in the bank. And then at the same time, you use this process, this reset to analyze, okay, who am I going to pay? Who do I need? Who do I need to stay on my payroll? And who am I got to get rid of? Now, the first one that you need, absolutely, because this individual he's a trip, man. He's a trip, is whack. You need whack, and you need whack. And then after whack, I'm going to say you also need that dude Flaco, man. You know why? Because he has a different a flavor. He has a different approach to stuff. He's Africano. Well, of course we know that, but he's from North Dakota. He's only learning like California lingo, California stuff, and he's only learning that stuff, and I think he's learning quick. I actually do. But I would say keep that dude too, because just like Lucky and Casey is a good dynamic. People say, oh, Casey, this and that. No. Well, what do you want it to be? Everyone from the streets? I mean, damn, imagine what would happen. Oh, man. Sooner or later, we'll start going at each other's throats, man. That's for sure. When I say G, I mean OG. That's right, man. So what were the DNA results? ACB chemistry on 4/11. Cabron, I got a science teacher that is going to come on because I do want to expound on it. Every single percent, every single country, every single origin trace. You're going to trip out on the results, and then you're going to trip out on everything. And then at the same time, when I went into Ancestry, I didn't know that this was a hot thing. I got like 200 cousins on there. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And a lot of names I don't know. If Moms was alive, I'd ask Moms, and she'd probably tell me, oh, that's your something's daughter or something. You know what I mean? She would give me facts because Moms knows the family, Drink some water, man. From Jalisco. Last time I saw them, I had a cousin get married at Cristo Rey right here in Salinas. She booked a beautiful vineyard out on River Road behind Soledad. It's gorgeous vineyard, man. Gorgeous vineyard. And even had like 10 sheriffs there. There was like 10 sheriffs there because we got law enforcement in the family too. You know what I mean? They were just paying their respects and stuff like that for her dad. Her dad was a long-time sheriff, man. Badass dude. Last comments, man. See both ass, right? That's the kind of music I like. I like mobby music. If it has to be rap, it has to be mobby music. I think American Cholo got it right when he brought on Sibo and he called him your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, which a lot of people's favorite rapper was Tupac, which I got a little bit of flack on because I kept saying Tupac was not from the streets. And people want to tell me he is from the streets because he did Hail Mary, the song. Well, okay. I'm not going to argue with people, right? You start in the East Coast, you go to Richmond, go back to the East Coast, go to the pen, and then get bailed out, come to LA. And then from there, you start associating with individuals that, if they're street dudes on higher calibers, you're gonna realize you need to go up to that level or get away from all that. Because you're gonna chew you up like some sharks. I'm working my way up. EVK, that's right, that's right. He's on the C Callarda. Huh? You want to get on the C Callarda? Oh man, 4 more minutes, gente. 1:30. 1:30. I fall out. David level 2 Vaughn. Mora squat day. Damn, 1500 again. You remember that then? You remember they dropped because there's there's so many websites now. There's websites where you can get people's paperwork. There and what with him, I think they dropped. I'm not shitting on him, Ryder G. If you're listening, cabrón, I'm not even trying to start no new beefs with nobody, cabrón. I'm done with all that. I don't even have the energy for beefs, man. I don't. I really don't. And plus, I'm gonna practice what I preach, man. We're gonna unite. But they did put something. It's an institutions list. That's what they put. An institutions list. There's websites where you could just the homie hangout knows the websites probably. Most likely. I'm like 95% sure he knows. You put the institutions list, you go type the person's name, and then one of those institutions was let's just say nothing to be worried about. One of those ones, right? Like Mule Creek or one of those ones, right? Or a Tescadero or something like that, right? And then they jumped on them because of the Vaughn thing. I just said this. I said the Chicano rappers, a lot of them ain't even Chicano. That's all I said, man. Chicano rappers, a lot of them aren't even Chicano. But people want to argue with me on that. But their DNA will come back 80% Middle Eastern. And then you want to argue with me when your Chicano rappers come back 90%, something that I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a trip, man. It's a trip. Let's wrap this up, man. Everlasting bass. That's right, my boy. They got that Drake or Kendrick got that sample from Everlasting Bass. Remember? It was like 2-3 months ago. What's the name of that song? It is that song slumped. It slumped. Did you do it? Bro, I don't want to I'm not gonna put it out there way. I'm como miro way. Do I look like the gladiator way? Like they're gonna call me the Spaniard? Okay, way. Should I just wear a shirt like the gladiator with 2 horses? Or Sargento and something. They got taken from me. You know what I mean? How do I look? I know I joked around with that tequila we, but I don't even want to hint it way, but you're gonna find out way. Am I a Miklo? Someone that's talking about cultura, 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 and next thing you know, 50% European, 20% Irish, which is nothing wrong with that, but everyone has a different makeup. Am I an iron jacket? We're gonna find out on 411. Everlasting Bass, that's right, cabron. 100 trolls, no doubt. That's right, cabron. Everlasting Bass, that's right, my boy. Gentes, 1:30. I'll see you tomorrow night with Cholo Trucker, mi hermano. I can't wait to have him on the platform. He's going to come on Chicano Street Studio, and we're going to react to everything that we're going to react to. Duno's fight, that's going to be one thing. That's going to be one thing that we're going to react to. Duno's fight and other things, man. So tune in tomorrow. And then I thought I saw a thumbnail. He's going to do a live the day after. And it's going to be his first live of 2025. Let's see what Cholo Trucker's up to, man. Tomorrow we're just going to react and shoot it the way Chicanos do. I'm calling it the Chicano Hour. And so I'm going to have that thumbnail made. I'm going to have the Chicano Hour with me and him. Make that thumbnail. And we're going to be good, man. A rato gato, that's right. Everlasting Bass. I appreciate you guys. Live on ChicanoTube. The midday fix is in the books. I'll catch you guys on the rebound. But remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.